you stop and take a little time out with me? Just take 5.
We definitely got to talk about your boy, Mr. 34 points per game. Was the MVP front runner until tragically, he went down. Torn meniscus for Embiid. And there's been a lot of speculation about this, but let's go ahead and look at the play real quick.
Feel of pain here. Excellent defense by Kuminga. Oh,
I was right there.
Landed right on his leg, probably hyperextended.
Just one more time.
Right.
Just one more time. Yeah, y'all mics are on. Just a sidebar. Am I wrong in thinking like this is just a weird play for Kuminga? Like, nobody said anything about this? Like, and I'm not trying to call Kuminga anything like that, but it's just like why buddy had to hit dive that way? Like,
he right on his leg.
I feel like
he sat on his leg.
For the ball.
Dude,
He's just being scrappy.
Purpose,
that was just being scrappy. Like, that wasn't. He didn't mean to hurt him.
He just
didn't need it. I'm just saying.
That's what the ball was. Like, he had to go get the ball.
The ball was.
He could have swung his body to the other side.
No, he could not have.
Replay it again.
That's just a sidebar.
He could not have.
We have some controversy about this though. That's elsewhere. So y'all know the NBA has a 65-game rule. It says that you have to play 20 minutes in 65 games in order to be eligible for end-of-season awards, also being the MVP. It's, Joel Embiid is not going to play 65 games. Like, let's just go ahead and put it out there. It's not going to happen. All right, so a lot of people are being outraged about this because he's having such a great year. I want to kick it to just one more video to where we hear Draymond kind of talking about this rule before we get into our takes.
It felt very much so because of the 65-game limit, where I think is actually quite bullshit. Guys didn't face those rules before, but those same all NBA teams, those same MVP awards lists, Defensive Player of the Year, those lists are the same. I once lost a Defensive Player of the Year award to Kawhi Leonard, and I think he played 51 games. In turn, you get Joel, who comes out there tonight and he forces it. And Freak played with him and JK diving for the ball, but maybe it's not as bad if the knee isn't already banged up. I don't really bang with it. And now we got one of our premium faces in this league, the MVP of our league, possibly hurt for an extended period of time because he's forcing it.
I mean,
fix your face, Jew.
What is he even talking about?
No.
So, if I can add a bit of just a little more context, and I'm gonna stop speaking and let y'all go. So, 2 games before this, he had to face Jokic in Denver, Colorado. Okay, Embiid has not been to Colorado to face Jokic in 5 years. All right. A lot of people were looking forward to this matchup, the clash of MVPs, clash of big men, but he sat that game. Then 2 games later, he's coming out trying to play against the Warriors. Some people believe it's because of, people, media, Twitter talking about him ducking or whatever. Some people are saying, he's trying to get to the 65 games so he can be eligible for MVP. So that's why Draymond's talking about he's forcing it. What do y'all think?
I think
he didn't look great when he was playing. Like he probably was dealing with something, which is true. Which is true from what Draymond said. And like I listened to that podcast. I get where he's coming from, but I still don't 100% agree because I was listening something on ESPN earlier this week, and it's like the Players Association agreed on this 65-game rule. So if they really thought that was an issue, like they could have held it, like it could have held out because of that. Maybe, I mean, I don't know, like maybe they could have made it 60 games. So it's truly only 75% of the of the season. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think as fans, we just want to see our stars play I won't buy the narrative of like he was, paying attention to media narratives and people thought he was ducking, which like he might be, or it could be a Colorado thing. I don't know. I've seen some people talk about like the altitude difference. Like, what if he's just not good in high altitude? There could be a multitude of things with that, but not playing in Denver for 5 years is crazy to me.
I saw the list of the 5 years. He was hurt. He was hurt like already like a week before, like 2019 or in 2019 he didn't even play there. So that's already 1 year that was just a debunk. 2020 he was hurt like for a week, right? Like he was hurt like multiple games prior to the Denver game. But it's not like he was ducking every year.
He always be hurt.
Yeah, he always be hurt.
We know
He
this.
don't be ducking.
So I feel like if we all know that, then why is Draymond getting on his podcast and complaining about Joel Embiid being hurt again? We knew Joel Embiid was going to get hurt. So why are we acting like this is something crazy? Like, this is not crazy.
He just blowed about the 65 game rule. Like, it happens to a lot of people. Tyrese
I gotta add just a little bit more context. I have to. Tyrese Halliburton, he's having a great year. He's starting in the All-Star game for the East. He's going to be, of course, you get a bonus if you make an All-NBA team. He is actually dealing with injuries right now. I believe he's already missed 13 games, if I'm not mistaken.
Like 13 or 14.
So okay. And this is a guy that hasn't been All-NBA. This guy hasn't been an All-Star, I don't believe, unless he did last year. I don't remember. So he's trying to get that money, right? But you got this rule in place. He's legitimately injured. There's nothing he can do. He's going to miss out on that check. That's why a lot of people are outraged, really. It's not necessarily about just Embiid. It's just about the rule as a whole.
I mean, it just depends on, like, what you value more. Like, do I, as a fan, not even me personally, but like, does the fan value their money more? Like, some of these people are blue collar. They're taking their kids to go see their favorite player play. And sometimes those players will just sit out versus, I don't care. Like, Kawhi is my favorite player. So y'all know I don't care about this. Like, I don't care. Yeah. But
I was going to say,
as a fan, a lot of fans do care that when they go to the games, their favorite player is sitting out. So are they going to care now that Tyrese Halliburton, who's going to make $200 million, is he going to miss out on a few extra million? Like,
it's 40.
Yeah, okay. I understand he's going to miss out on the Supermax. But, like, they don't care. I'm going to tell you, they don't care.
That's the fans, but, I mean, the players.
Of course the players care. But the players didn't care when the fans were missing their money. Did they?
So,
exactly.
It's definitely a debacle. It's most certainly a debacle. But Jake, you got anything?
I mean, I don't know. I think Joel is just glass and he should retire.
Well, yeah, I think that's the issue is that, like, okay, yeah, it was Joel Embiid that got hurt. Obviously, like, probably the front runner for the MVP. And now, like, yeah, he's likely going to miss out on that. He'll be out probably for the next 2 months. He won't be back till April. But this is the issue with Embiid. Like, it's bad as it sounds. Like, it's almost inevitable he gets hurt every single season. So
yeah, you
can't blame the scapegoat for this 65 game rule now. But this was going to happen.
Yeah. I just think that there's just going to have to be they're going to amend the rule, of course. They always do. But there's going to have to be something in there that's okay. Like, come on, guys. This player is genuinely hurt. You know what I mean? We should at least still be able to consider him for these awards. Because I feel like in previous years without this rule, we still took the games played into consideration. Like, all the voters, what have you, said, okay, this guy only played, X amount of time. And that's not always the case, as we hear Draymond talking about. He thinks he got robbed. But I think there's going to have to be some type of third party doctor system or something. Like, I don't know. Like, because you're going to have to make sure that these players are actually hurt. That's a whole controversy in itself. And you just got to make sure they're not resting. But it's interesting.